Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before I dive into today's conversation topic, I would like to cheerfully remind you just what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, and to enjoy God's gift of life. Ladies and gentlemen, there is always something to be thankful for. And now, sit back, relax, and enjoy today's conversation topic. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you at the end of today's video. Thank you. Hello, everyone. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. And for those of you who are subscribed to JSpeaks, thank you so much and welcome back. And now for today's conversation topic, I would like to talk about living in your present and enjoying your now. You see, it is very hard for us to mentally, emotionally, and spiritually live in our present because there's always something to worry about, think about, or hope for that distracts us from living in our moment. What I find ironic is that, the many blessings, miracles, and breakthroughs that we prayed over ourselves, our lives, our futures, that we are currently living in right now in our present, it is so hard for us to recognize and appreciate the progress from our once then until now because we are focused on the next big thing for us to accomplish or stuck on a bump in the road that occurred in our past. Recently, I've been taking time out of my day to just think about all of the ordinary wonderfulness that I take for granted in life. Spending so much time working towards my dreams and my futures that I miss out on. And I would like to take a slight little detour to really emphasize the point that I'm making. You see, I'm sure we've all heard of and played the game Punch Buggy. For those of you who don't know what the game is played in a car, and essentially you and the people in the car are looking out for a Volkswagen Beetle or a bug. And essentially, whoever in the car spots that car first, he or she has the right to hopefully playfully punch, everybody in the car, denoting that or signifying that, hey, I saw this car first before you all, and here's your punch. You see, little did we know, but that game taught us how to intentionally be present and live in the moment. You see, ladies and gentlemen, we need to see, observe, and take our surroundings for what they are worth. The roof over our head, the food in our fridge, the car in our driveway that we prayed for, and intentionally ponder about, consider, and appreciate all the good that is in our lives. You see, even Jesus told his disciples not to worry about tomorrow because tomorrow will solve itself, you don't have to worry about that right now. You see, guys, I understand that it is hard for us to live in the present and be in the moment because, with this ever-changing world, we are always so pressed about, our futures and how we are sizing up to the goals that we made and the checklist that we have in our head. And making sure that, we're doing everything that we said that we were going to set out to do. I understand that. I'm someone who can relate to that. But I understand also that we all have so much on our plates right now. And we need to focus on those things and take care of those things right now. Be proficient, get better in certain areas in our lives right now, and hopefully with time and proper work, those areas in our lives, those things that we need to work on right now can affect how fast we get to our goals, how fast we start to see and work towards the future that we envision for ourselves. And most importantly, while we're in this process, this journey, we should not dwell on and compare ourselves to, other people's realities and what other people have going on for them. But we should be enjoying our now and worried about, being our best self. It's always going to be you versus you. It's you versus you first and foremost, above anything. Okay? And now for a short commercial break. I believe one of the best groups of people or types of people who are really able to enjoy their now for what it's worth are artists. I believe most of us are oblivious to what's around us, our environment. While artists, on the other hand, I believe that they're able to truly see, observe, and digest all the good and uniqueness that's around them. You see, their minds, when they are working, their minds are fully engaged, not worried about their yesterdays or tomorrows, but focused on what's in front of them, the present, and capturing that and appreciating it through art. An artist is present. They have no choice but to be intentional with their work in order to produce good work. And if we can take that same mindset, and apply it to our lives and not put so many hours of our day, reminiscing about our past or worrying about our future, and putting that into us and putting that into our now and being the best that we can be right now, I feel as though it would do wonders for our mind, body, and soul. We put so much pressure on us and we put so much pressure on ourselves. We have to, be cognizant of that and the effects that has on us. This moment that we are living in right now, our present right now, is a beautiful thing. Even though some of us might be going through a trying time or a stressful predicament, we still need to develop the habit of intentionally appreciating and recognizing the beautifulness of our life and how far God has brought us from our once past up until now, our present. And thank you so much if you've made it this far in today's video. This is definitely something that I am always trying to work on, always trying to hold myself accountable with, because I truly see the benefit of appreciating my now, especially when I get down. And if you could all be so kind to, leave a like or say a comment or subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. It helps the YouTube algorithm and with pushing my content out to more people who might need to hear a similar message like this, or one of my messages or talks on my channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later.